Alright guys, we are just going to review a little bit of how to write body paragraph 2. Now, I'm going to go over some samples of some people that did body paragraph 1 pretty well. And if we look at this, we've got this organized in topic sentences. This is somebody who had their topic sentence with their sentence frame, and they used a topic sentence well and put it under the topic sentence part of the outline. You'll need to end up doing the same thing and this person continued to again just put everything in the right spot. So under the context, type the context right here. Under the quote, put the quote. Under the analysis was there. And under the concluding sentence, put the concluding sentence using the sentence frame. Now that'll be the same story for the topic sentence. For this one, you'll put the topic sentence where the topic sentence belongs, and in this case, again, there are sentence frames that you have to use for the topic sentence. You'll use one of these two sentence frames from the slide. And there are some examples of using those sentence frames. Because again, the main thing with body paragraph 2 is really the only difference between body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2 is that you are picking a quote from the middle of the book, or the climax of the book, to illustrate your point and to show how your theme statement is developing. So, once you find a quote from the middle of the book, the climax of the book, you'll need to, the middle or the climax, you'll need to write the same context. Not the same context, but it's the same process for writing context as it was for the first body paragraph. You're answering who is involved, what is happening or being discussed, when is this happening in Melody's life/the plot, where is this happening, and why is this happening or being discussed. Now, again, sometimes the exact setting will not be important for setting up the quote, but remember, your audience, and this was feedback that a lot of you got, but remember that your audience is somebody who has read the book, but it's been a long time and they need a lot of reminders on the specifics. You don't want to drop in a quote and make them confused, like in those bad examples that we looked at in class for using quotations and writing with quotations. And there's a context example again that you can look through. Many of her fellow students are mean, but Melody also faces discrimination from grown-ups as well. One of the examples of discrimination from adults and out of my mind comes from Mr. Dimmings. During the tryouts for her school's WizKids team, discrimination happens. Before he starts the quiz, Dimmings tells Catherine, and I'll italicize the book title. And once you have that, you are able to throw in the quote. And that's properly cited as well. And same story with analysis. You are answering a few questions with the analysis. And again, like the context we're looking for about 4 sentences. Analysis, we're looking for about 4 sentences as well, 3 to 4. And the purpose of analysis, again, is to connect the quote to your theme statement. For this essay, you need to provide analysis after each quote. The analysis for body paragraph quotes must answer all of the following questions. How does this quote prove that there is a theme developing throughout the novel? How does this quote connect to your theme statement? And an example. Mr. Dimmings is wrong to do this. Melody is smart, but is just having problems communicating it. Now that she has her computer, Elvira, to help her record answers, she can participate like everyone else. And we'd want to add actually one more sentence to that analysis because this isn't, well, we could add one more. This is three sentences. You could add one more sentence to make it 3 to 4 sentences, but it's solid enough analysis. It's connecting to the theme statement, because in this case, the theme statement would be about discrimination and bullying. And really, when in doubt, always connect to your theme statement. Bring it back to your theme statement. If you're not sure what to write in a sentence, um, make sure that you are bringing it back to your theme statement, because the whole point of the essay is to prove that your theme is developing throughout this plot and throughout this novel. That's why you're bringing in these quote examples and giving them context and everything. And just like the first one, you need a concluding sentence. And again, you need to use sentence frames or one of these sentence frames for the concluding sentence. And there are examples right here. Now, again, body paragraph 2 is due tomorrow at 2:30 on your outline drafts. You should have some feedback on that by Thursday, so that you can revise them, but these are due tomorrow by 2:30. I would not work ahead until you have revised your body paragraph 2, or unless you have the hang of it and you feel pretty confident, you got some solid enough feedback on the first body paragraph and you want to get ahead, you could start working on body paragraph 3, but it's not required to work on body paragraph 3 yet. You just need to finish body paragraph 2 by 2:30 tomorrow so that I can give you feedback by Thursday. And again, if you have questions, please email me, let me know. My Zoomable hours, office hours, would be 9:30 to 11:30. So please just email me if you'd like to meet up on Zoom for a little bit. I can set up an appointment and we can meet up. All right. Happy writing.